Hello and welcome to the Residual Royalty Academy. I hope you're doing really well. If you're brand new to the channel, make sure to hit subscribe. And I know that around 50% of viewers don't subscribe to the channel, so make sure you do that. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss any future uploads that are going to be just as valuable as this one to you. So in the Facebook group recently, I've been asking for some recommendations of videos, and this one was a very common request. So people wanted to know my low and no content workflow, like kind of how I plan my day and, kind of how many books to upload per day or kind of how the workflow generally looks. But I think without me knowing your schedule or your daily commitments or whether you've got a job or whether you don't have a job or what time you wake up or whatever else you've got going on, it's kind of impossible for me to say how and when you should be working or even what you should be doing during that time. So what I would only advise is that I'm going to tell you what I used to do when I was making low content books and what I'm doing now, as I've got a virtual assistant who's making my low and no content books for me. So we'll cover that in a second, but what I will say is what I used to do, and this is probably where most people are at who are watching this video. If you don't have a virtual assistant, then you're going to have to be doing the low and no content books yourself to create that beautiful passive income. But what I used to do is this. So on a Sunday, I would do all my niche research in advance. So I'd gather enough niches, do all the research. If you do want to see how I do my niche research, I will put a video up in this top right corner right now. You can click that. It's an over 30-minute tutorial, and it shows you how to find 20 niches really quickly. So that's definitely a video that you should watch. So on a Sunday, I would take all these niches, get enough for the week, write them down in an Excel file. In the Royalty Accelerator course, I made the file for you, but you can just write them down on paper or do whatever you want to make sure you remember these niches for the days that are coming ahead, i.e. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. So as I say, without knowing your daily commitments or schedule, it's kind of hard for me to say, should you do this in the evening or this when and this when. So all I would say is work out how many hours a day you can dedicate to KDP. So maybe it's an average of 2 hours per day or 3 hours per day or 5 hours per day, depending on how much free time you've got. Maybe you're doing it full time. I really don't know anybody's situation without speaking to them personally. So if you've got, let's say, 3 hours, then divide that into 2/3 creating the book, so creating the interior, creating the covers, and then just give yourself the other 1 hour to upload those into KDP. And that'll be pretty much perfect. Just make sure that you keep a consistent daily or weekly upload target. So if you're doing no content books, then you could probably do 5 or 10 a day, depending on how many hours you've got spare in that day. If you're doing low content, you're putting a bit more time and effort into those books, then maybe you can only do, 1 book per day. So maybe you set your weekly target as 7. So maybe if you don't get something done on Monday, you're going to have to make 2 books on Tuesday, which is fine. Okay, so that's really all I would say for the low and no content book workflow. But now I'm just going to quickly explain how I do it now. So you can see that before I used to do everything myself, like the covers, the interior, the uploading. But what I do now is obviously I still do the uploading myself because it's completely against KDP terms to let anybody else access your KDP account. But there's nothing wrong with letting somebody else do the designs for you. So what I do now is if I grab this pen, so the interiors, let's go back to the old school ways without the typing. Let's just do this beautiful thing. So the interiors, the VA makes, okay, but all I give to them is I tell them which niche I want them to be in. I give them the images, so I'll make sure that the images are copyright free. And these are the only images that the virtual assistant is allowed to use in the books and on the covers. I also tell them what the interior should be. Oh, no, I've already got that one, sorry. And I show them how to make the covers. Now, I've not actually trained my virtual assistant how to make the covers yet, so I'm still doing that myself. But over time, I'll teach them how to do this so that the virtual assistant can create the interior, she can create the cover, and in the future, I will even train them how to find the niche and how to find the images and download them. So they would be doing absolutely everything, obviously under supervision, and then they would send that all back to me, all those different aspects, me over here, and then I just put that into KDP, and that could take maybe a few hours each week. So you still get the same output, but from a lot less hours, and you're not paying too much money for this VA. VAs can be very cheap. If you do want to learn more about that, just let me know in the comments below, and I can make a video about how to train a VA, how to find them, how much they cost, all these different things. So that's pretty much it for this video, just going through what I used to do then, what you'll probably need to do in order to get your workflow right. Just kind of separate it up into 2/3, creating the interiors and the covers, and then just give yourself the other 1/3 of those hours per day to upload them into KDP, because that can take quite a while. But if you're making low and no content books, then Tangent templates can really help you to upload these books a lot faster. So really the best thing that you can do is just do the niche research in advance on the Sunday, or whatever day you choose, And that way you're never going to sit down and think, oh, I really don't know what book to make today, because you've already planned it out in advance, the exact same way as I'm planning these YouTube videos in advance. So I'm filming these all over 2 days to last me an entire month of content, uploading every Monday, Wednesday and Friday. So I hope you found the video useful. I'll see you in the next video, which of course will be on a Monday, Wednesday or Friday, whenever this is out. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.